to the screen for the first time is the live-action Star Wars series. It takes place about 5 years after the Return of the Jedi.
This series follows a Mandalorian.
This new character is a gunfighter, a bounty hunter, a citizen of the underworld on the outer reaches of the galaxy. It starts off with him just hunting down quarries, making his money. This is a character you've never met before, in a period of time that you've never seen.
There's just an aesthetic to the Mandalorian that is extremely powerful, mysterious. This armor that harkens to medieval knights. He's relatable. We're all kind of covered in our own armor.
Here we are, day 3.
Start a little bit back and then move into that position.
In terms of the directors, I think John chose the team really, really well.
Here we go.
Obviously Dave, Bryce, Deborah, Rick, and then Taika.
Different voices and personalities that each of the filmmakers were bringing to the table and wanted to bring that to the world of Star Wars.
Everybody's point of view is sort of involved in the story.
This series offers the opportunity to introduce new planets, new races and species, new starships. However, we wanted to feel completely connected and familiar.
It's truly an adventure, a Star Wars adventure.
It has the heart that Star Wars has always been about.
It will feel gritty, it will feel real.
But anybody could sit down in their seat and watch and enjoy.
Hi everyone, it's Charlie. We got a whole bunch of new Star Wars Mandalorian news. They actually just confirmed that they're going to be working on Season 2. So we'll do a breakdown of the trailer footage and talk about what's going on with this stuff in the next couple of weeks, because D23 is coming up right after Comic-Con and they're showing off way more footage. While I was making this video, they also released a new clip of Jon Favreau talking about the series, explaining a bunch of stuff. So here is that clip.
Can you tell us anything about The Mandalorian, or is it
Sure,
secret?
what do you want to know? It's secret, but I'll tell you.
What's going on in it? What happens?
It's about a bounty hunter. It's after Return of the Jedi, so the Empire's gone and all hell's breaking loose in the Outer Rim, and it's about the, scum and villainy that now, once you take out the rule of law, what happens? Chaos takes over, and you have a lot of the unseemly characters.
It's based on current events.
It's kind of like, when you meet Han Solo at the beginning of Star Wars or New Hope, and you have sort of the Starport bar, and I always love those characters. I always love the rogues gallery of bounty hunters in Empire Strikes Back, and I always want to see more about it. I got together with a guy, Dave Filoni, who's my partner on this one as producer, and we're writing this stuff and coming up. It's honestly like turning over your toy chest and playing with all the Star Wars toys together. We're having a great time. It's all new characters. It's going to be on Disney Plus coming up in the fall, and we're done with the first season. I was actually writing part of the second season now, so I'm having a blast.
Well, look at this. You're having a good life. You're doing everything you do turns into gold. It's amazing.
We're in the middle of convention season, so of course they're going to be hyping up everyone's big projects, but we'll do a new round of that IMAX ticket giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your favorite Star Wars series on the video. I know a lot of people are expecting this to evoke a lot of Clone Wars mythology because Dave Filoni is working on it. He shows up during that teaser trailer talking about it. He and Jon Favreau collaborated when he was making the Mandalorian series. Because Jon Favreau is technically the showrunner, he wrote most of the scripts, but Dave Filoni is sort of the Jedi master of Star Wars TV series at Lucasfilm, so they paired them together, and they had formally worked together on the actual Clone Wars series because Jon Favreau himself played the Pre Vizsla character during that. The story that Jon Favreau told about how he met Dave Filoni while he was working on Iron Man 1 was pretty cool. So he went to Skywalker Sound at the Lucasfilm Ranch to mix the sound for Iron Man 1 way back in 2007, and around that time, Dave Filoni was there working on the Clone Wars series. So they got to talking, they became friends, and that's how Jon Favreau wound up playing a character on Star Wars The Clone Wars. You also probably saw recently that they dropped a teaser trailer for Clone Wars Season 6 because they're bringing that back for more episodes as part of this big Disney Plus streaming service programming push.
The good is new. Maybe a little better. I was hoping for Kenobi. Why are you here?
But as they say in the trailer footage, they just introduced some of the core characters. There was some separate footage. We only have potato versions of it right now, so the quality isn't so great. D23 will probably be where they release some more high-quality footage. But you all know Pedro Pascal is playing the Mandalorian. It's very much in the vein of an old-school Western Clint Eastwood-style Man with No Name. So just a really badass bounty hunter in the Outer Rim trying to make a living for himself 5 years after Return of the Jedi. Carl Weathers is playing a character named Greef Karga. He's the leader of the Bounty Hunters Guild that the Mandalorian belongs to. So obviously there's a whole bunch of other bounty hunters. Taika Waititi was just revealed to be doing the voice for IG-88. So IG-88 will be a pretty big character on the series. Probably an antagonist, but part of the fun of the series is that because it's about all these bounty hunters, most of them are pretty terrible on a normal day, but not all of them are evil necessarily. So very cool gray area that all this stuff operates in within the Star Wars universe. Gina Carano is one of the other main characters of the series. She's playing a bounty hunter as part of this guild. She says that she's a former ex-rebel shock trooper that just never could acclimate to civilian life post-war. Werner Herzog's character was featured prominently in the other big trailer that they showed off because it sort of sets them off on the plot, like what is he doing during this series and why is it the other bounty hunters end up coming after him? Werner Herzog plays one of the administrators of the town that the Mandalorian is in here. He hires him to track down a bounty, which is basically like a little girl, precious cargo they call it, to bring it back. It offers him a payday that he can't refuse. It's a bunch of Beskar alloy, which is the special metal that Mandalorians use to make their famous armor. It's incredibly rare and almost priceless, so it seems like it's too good to be true, but the whole idea is that he probably winds up finding out why they want the little girl and then ends up wanting to protect her through the series, and then they set the other bounty hunters from the guild against him. Giancarlo Esposito is playing an Imperial character. You see him in his TIE Fighter pilot's uniform, flying a TIE Fighter, and then ordering this hit on the village here. They haven't given the exact premiere date yet, but it sounds like it's going to be somewhere mid-November before the Thanksgiving holiday because they probably want everybody to buy the Disney streaming service and spend all of their Thanksgiving holiday watching all this programming. We've only seen a little bit of footage from Star Wars Episode 9, but it actually sounds like people are even more excited about Star Wars The Mandalorian episodes than they are about Star Wars Episode 9, which I never would have guessed a long time ago. There's still a lot of Star Wars Clone Wars fans that are super excited about that series coming back, so hopefully now they'll have some really badass live-action series to go with some of that animated programming. But you probably heard that they are putting Star Wars movies on hiatus for a couple of years until they start whatever the next trilogy is going to be. There'll be Star Wars movies till the end of time, but they're just taking a couple years break between the end of Star Wars Episode 9 and the beginning of whatever Star Wars Episode 10 is going to be. They finally confirmed that they're working on a Star Wars The Old Republic series.
And now, finally, we have returned.
Jon Favreau already said that he's writing episodes for Season 2 of The Mandalorian. I'm guessing that that would premiere next year sometime. It sounds like they've already kind of soft renewed it for Season 2 because it costs so much money to produce. They want it to be one of their flagship shows for the Disney Plus streaming service to get people to subscribe to it, so they gotta lock a lot of this stuff down really far in advance. We haven't gotten a lot of news about the supposed Obi-Wan TV series. Remember, it was going to be a movie. Now, apparently, it's going to be a live-action series. It's like the mysterious Hawkeye TV series that Marvel is doing that they haven't absolutely confirmed yet. But the idea is through this Disney Plus streaming service, you'll get all these live action Star Wars TV series episodes, but you'll also get all the Marvel stuff. There's also a bunch of Pixar TV series. It's basically programming and movies from all of Disney's brands. So whatever your poison is, it sounds like Disney will at least have some of it. And I will be doing episodes for The Mandalorian and all the Marvel TV series, but if something comes up that you guys really want me to do videos for on it, just let me know in the comments. Really quick reminder about Comic-Con next week too. Comic-Con is happening pretty much all of next week. There'll be all kinds of trailers, but there's not really going to be any big Star Wars footage dropping. That's all going to be D23 at the very end of August. I'll remind people about that next week, and I'll name a giveaway winner when I post new Marvel this weekend. So while you wait for everything, click here for that brand new Spider-Man Far From Home ending scene in the Spider-Man 3 teaser, and click here for all my Spider-Man Far From Home Easter eggs. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.